So you're thinking about moving to Bend, Oregon, and you want to learn more about another one of the distinctive 13 neighborhoods here in Bend, Oregon. Well, that's exactly what we're going to be covering in today's video. It's our final of the 13. We're in the Old Farm District today on the southeast side of town. So if this video sounds like it's for you, stick around. We're going to be getting after this tour right now.
If this is your first time on the channel and you'd like to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, playing, the good and the bad of Bend, Oregon and the surrounding areas, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about what's going on around here. My name is Zach Nutter. This is Ryan Rudloff, both licensed brokers with eXp Realty in the state of Oregon. We have lived here in Bend for over 30 years and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'd love to connect with you. So today we are in the Old Farm District. We're going to walk around. There's all kinds of different homes and lots in here. You've got some small subdivisions with kind of more of your cookie cutter homes and small lots. And then you've got some custom built homes on large lots. You've got a couple different schools in here. So we're going to show you around. We're going to start right here in Ponderosa Estates. It's a wonderful community. Most of the lots are half-acre to 3/4 of an acre. Every house in here looks a little bit different. These houses are built in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and there is amazing old growth trees everywhere. A lot of big ponderosa pines. You've got a medley, you got blue spruce, but it's very well developed. It's a very established neighborhood. As you drive through here, everything looks super pristine. It's a really cool place. So we're going to drive around. We're going to show you this neighborhood, and then we're going to hop over, show you several more, show you some of the amenities in the area. So we hope you enjoy this video.
So we're over at Reed Point now, which is at the very northeast corner of the Old Farm neighborhood here. And this is a brand new commercial area. You can see a restaurant behind us here. There's several other businesses right now that are in the process of going in and opening up, and some are already established. This area just opened up about 3 months ago. So a brand new commercial area here in the southeast part of town. We talk about it a lot in our videos where the southeast part of town is getting a lot of the new notoriety as it relates to development in Bend. And so this is a really unique area here. One of the only real commercial areas in this pocket of Bend.
So this is a really cool brewery behind us. It has a rooftop patio. In the warmer weather, you can sit up there, you can have food, beverages, just relax. Downstairs, you can see behind us, they've got a fire pit, a lot of outdoor seating. There's a Greek place in here, several other businesses going in, but this is a great addition to the Old Farm neighborhood. Right across the street is going to be Stevens Ranch, which is the largest master plan development in Oregon's history. At the time of this recording, that they're working on building roads and everything else. It's going to kind of shift the center of Bend. It's so big, and that will include a bunch more commercial, restaurants, schools, different stuff like that. But Ryan's correct. This is really like the only real commercial area. As you get closer to 97, there's another little area over there that has a couple restaurants in it. But this is a great addition to the Old Farm neighborhood. So jump in, show you a couple different neighborhoods. We're going to show you a lot of the different styles. So right here between 15th Street and 27th and Ferguson and Reed Market, most of these homes were all built in the 70s, 80s, 90s. They're all 1/4 acre to 3/4 of an acre lot. Very similar in that kind of square footprint. So we showed you Ponderosa Estates. We're going to jump over and show you a couple of the newer neighborhoods and really kind of move all around the Old Farm District.
Okay, we are on Bonny Bridge Street, just off of Ferguson, and this is in the heart of the Old Farm District here. We're showing you guys this street here in this stretch of neighborhood because this is probably the premier area for Christmas light viewing in all of Bend. And you can see here we're in early December now, and it's very interesting. Everybody in this neighborhood is starting to get their stuff out here. It's pretty competitive, and it actually makes the news typically every year. Just because of what the scene is for about a month. It's pretty wild. There's just cars that line up every single night, and it's just like a little parade that happens in this neighborhood for about 30 days during the holiday season. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it takes about 5 minutes to drive through this really tiny little neighborhood. And usually there's like a line of cars waiting to get in, and then you just kind of parade around. But lots of beautiful homes. These homes were probably built in the 90s. They're all on about a 1/4 acre lot. Well kept, really quiet street other than Christmas time. But yeah, we wanted to show you Bonny Bridge. It's a cool little neighborhood. There's probably only 40 houses in here, but it's a really cool little spot here in the Old Farm. All right, so we are in Nottingham Square now. This is a very unique neighborhood. It's a lot of open space. So fences aren't allowed here unless they're small privacy fences. And the HOA covers all the landscape maintenance except for right around your house. So all the grass that you see is all taken care of through your HOA fees. These houses were all built in around the 70s, 80s, all single-story ranch-style homes. It's a very, very quiet neighborhood. A lot of old growth trees, quiet streets. But yeah, it's a neat neighborhood, but if you want fencing, dogs, things like that, that can be more difficult here. But it's a really cool area. If you don't want to do any yard work and you don't care about not having a fence, it's a really great option here. And the pricing tends to be pretty good in this neighborhood as well.
Location-wise, we're about a mile away from Caldera High School. Silver Rail Elementary, Jewel Elementary are both in the Old Farm District neighborhood. As far as where we are in proximity to, say, downtown, we're probably about a 10-minute drive from downtown, about a 10-minute drive from the Old Mill District, depending on the traffic. Our major byway here is going to be 15th Street going from north to south, as well as Reed Market Road is 2 hour left here, a few hundred feet. And so getting onto the Parkway, going to Redmond would be about a 30-minute drive from here. That's where our airport is. A lot of our shopping is about 10 to 15 minutes away. So this is a neighborhood where you probably need a car to get from point A to point B if you're going to run errands or going shopping or doing something of that nature. But there are a lot of other areas in this particular neighborhood that you can traverse from point A to point B without needing a car. And so that's what's unique about this particular area of town, is that it is under construction. There's a lot of new development here, but at the same time, you're going to need a car most likely to get from point A to point B. That's kind of the case for just about every neighborhood on the east side of town.
A couple of other things that are nearby. So the new high school is just down the road. It is not in the old farm district, but it is really close. You've got Alpenglow Park, which is a 33-acre park they just built right down the street from here. There's some proposed mixed-use commercial that's going in across from the high school. You also have the train that runs right kind of on the backside of this subdivision. So if you're adverse to loud train noises, the train does come through here and it can be pretty loud. You can hear the train from most places in Bend, but it's pretty quiet. You can hear kind of the horn in the distance, but in this neighborhood, you will hear the train rolling down the rails. So just be aware of that. But again, these trees are gorgeous in here. It's a really well-established neighborhood. It's one of the more affordable neighborhoods here in the neighborhood we're covering today, the Old Farm neighborhood. Not on my A game today, guys. But yeah, it's a great neighborhood. We're going to jump in and show you a few more neighborhoods, all different kind of styles. We're going to go over and show you one of the newer construction neighborhoods next. So we're in Stone Creek. This is a Franklin Brothers master plan development. They do a lot of the big neighborhoods in the area, but at one point they sold a lot of the land off to D.R. Horton. So D.R. Horton is the builder in kind of this section here. And then Franklin Brothers has built a bunch of the houses on the other side over there. Franklin Brothers, I believe, is also the company, the builder developer that put together Stevens Ranch. So very well-known developer builder in this area. So as we showed you earlier, a lot of the lots were a lot bigger. This is more of your neighborhood where you've got good size home. A lot of the homes look similar. They've got different elevations, but you'll see the same home kind of built over and over. The builder will have probably 5 different floor plans, and then they've got a couple different elevations for each one to kind of keep the neighborhood looking a little bit different. But you've got your typical 5-10 foot setbacks, smaller backyards. This is definitely a little bit more affordable neighborhood. Houses in here are going to be 6 to 7, high 700,000, as opposed to some of those other neighborhoods we were in where they're 700 to 1.1 million, somewhere in there for some of those homes with the bigger lots. But these are all newer construction homes. Beautiful neighborhood. We're right across the street from Silver Rail Elementary. They also are planning on putting some mixed-use commercial in this development, but they've been talking about that for a very long time and it hasn't happened yet. But I do believe at some point there will be some mixed-use commercial in this neighborhood.
Yeah, the median home price for Old Farm is going to be right around $700,000. And so that gives you guys a taste of what really is the price point for this particular part of Bend right now. And so we know the median home price in Bend typically over the last 4 or 5 months has been right around $750,000 all the way up to $800,000 in the summertime at the peak. But there's a lot of people that they want to live in Bend. They want to figure out how to live here as opposed to somewhere else like Redmond or maybe Lapine or Sisters or something like that. But it's slightly out of their range, so they think. But the reality is like if you look closely and you get creative with where you want to be in Bend, because being in Bend is simply being in Bend, right? It's just a great spot to be no matter where you're at. It is possible for those that are looking in the mid-6s up to the mid-7s in that range. And so this is a neighborhood that features those price points for home. And so we'll continue on here. And that's typical for most of the Old Farm neighborhood like Zach was talking about. So we'll just continue on with the tour right now. I'll show you guys maybe 1 or 2 others and then we'll wrap up the video. Okay, guys, so we're going to wrap up the video today. We are in the Sun Meadows subdivision now. We are just to the north of R.E. Jewell Elementary School, my alma mater. And this is more of an established neighborhood here. This is Polish Homes, and these homes have been in here for probably 20 years, maybe a little beyond 20 years, but a traditional style Polish Homes neighborhood where you have homes that range as low or as small as, say, 1,500 square feet, and they go all the way up to probably 3,500 to 3,700 square feet.
So this neighborhood also has some nice amenities. It's got a community pool. It is right next to R.E. Jewell. They've got baseball fields and different stuff over there. So really cool. It's right in the heart of town. You can get to Reed Market quick. You can get to the Parkway pretty quick from here. There's also a great Christmas display in this neighborhood. But it's a really neat neighborhood. These lots are a little bigger than the ones that you would find in in Stone Creek. In Stone Creek, they're a little bit smaller. This is a little bit more established neighborhood. It was built, like Ryan said, probably early 2000s. And so the lots are a little bigger. You got like 0.15 of an acre to probably 0.22, 0.23, somewhere in there of an acre. So the lots are a lot bigger, but there's also some huge houses in here. Some of them have RV parking, but really great neighborhood. It does have an HOA. I believe the HOA is somewhere 100 to 120 bucks a month. Usually if a neighborhood has a pool, you will see the HOA fees are quite a bit higher. They're in that 100, 120 bucks a month area to take care of that. And I'll obviously keep the HOA up and keep the CC&Rs, make sure people's houses look nice and all of that stuff. But it's a really neat neighborhood here.
Yeah, so we just wanted to give you guys a feel for what the Old Farm neighborhood is all about. This is going to wrap up our series of 13 different neighborhoods in Bend. And so we're just so thankful that you guys are watching these videos here. We're now on to the next phase of our slate of videos. We're going to be covering a lot of the subdivisions that are all around Bend. We're going to be touching on some subdivisions and some neighborhoods in Redmond, as well as Sisters and Prineville. And we're going to be continuing our tours of the Central Oregon neighborhood as we go into the winter season. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done so yet, please like the video and maybe give us a subscribe. 90% of the people that watch our videos they still haven't even subscribed to our channel yet. So maybe consider subscribing if you're enjoying the content, and let us know what else we can cover with our videos.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're still here, thank you even more. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you on the next slate of videos.